Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, the Ghost Wardens plead their case before the Imperial Court. This podcast contains adult language and adult situations. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast. Ghost Mountain, the isolated temple where the unruly dead return to their proper place in hell. Meet the Ghost Wardens, holy warriors dedicated to the service of the underworld kings, battling the undead and laying them to rest. Here, Bolt Fist Jiao, master of music sorcery, Cheerful Fan, who smiles through his sorrow, Ebullient Gong Gou, dog devil and fire sorcerer, Sneaky Chow, silent assassin, and Knives Tso, ox devil blade master, stand ready to return the unruly dead to hell. The Ghost Wardens have uncovered a conspiracy against the Empire, but they do not have the Emperor's trust yet. Alright, let's recap. Last session was rather terrifying. You were chasing down the question of who was behind the headhunter, the guy who killed Minister Mu at the behest of his son, Zealous Mu, a judge. At first, you thought it might be Loquacious Chen, one of the other ministers who's involved in organized crime, and you went to visit him in his gambling den and got into a huge fight with the Sharp Axe gang. But it did not appear that he was responsible. Instead, you trace the headhunter back to Minister Tang's garden. And in Tang's garden, you discovered that he was the one behind the hungry tree head. And that he was, in fact, the one behind the Imperial Wardens as well. And he attempted to kill you all, but failed and ended up killing himself instead. So you've had a few days to recover and lick your wounds and return to full health. And you also, during this past thing, encountered the Imperial Wardens, who are intended to replace you. And they were quite happy to taunt you and mess with you a bit. And as well as Tang's servant, Atlan, who was one of the Northern Horse Lords. And both he and the dying head of Blue Ox Walong said that Tang was working with the Great Ji, the original first emperor, who is the one who was responsible for the Hungry Tree and who is the one inhabiting the undead body of the Imperial Dragon. The servant, Atlan, mentioned that the Horse Lords are extremely not happy with Great G, and that perhaps their army might be willing to come to your aid if the Emperor turns against you. So with that, as you're recovering, you hear rumors on the streets. The worst of it is that the inevitable army under Resolute Hong has taken the East Gate and pushed the northern invaders into the sea and burned every ship in the port while he was at it. And now only the Great Road separates him from Capital City. The deaths of all the ministers have caused considerable unrest in the city. Basically, everybody is kind of freaking out. And so at this time, you get an urgent invitation to go to the Golden Palace the next day to speak to the Emperor. Yes, is very excited. This is phrased much more strongly. Yes. I believe that this time, perhaps, if we are fortunate, and you follow proper etiquette as I have instructed you, you will be able to speak to the Emperor himself. And so when you were escorted in, this time they don't take you to that same waiting room they stashed you in the previous 2 times. Instead, they take you much deeper into the grounds of the palace.
Interesting.
In the center of a large garden, you find a good-sized building surrounded by hundreds upon hundreds of armed gold banner soldiers.
Oh boy.
And the soldiers escorting you usher you to the main entrance. I would like you all to make notice rolls at -2, please.
Notice at
Roll at
That's going to do the trick. So
Oof. What?
So
what?
Bolt Fist and Knives Bolt Fist, Knives. So most of you don't catch on to this, but Cheerful does as he walks in. The walls of the building are reinforced with iron.
Oh boy.
And you see slots over the doors and windows, perhaps for a portcullis or some similar structure of gates, doors, or bars.
Or a murder hole, or
A murder hole.
It's a trap.
Well, it may be a trap, but as you enter the room, you also see the Emperor himself, the surviving Imperial ministers,
Okay.
and the Imperial Wardens.
All of them? Like the ones that we who were rude to us before?
Yes, Loquacious Chen is there, for example.
Oh,
No.
right.
Oh no.
I didn't know we left any ministers alive.
Yeah.
Yes, there's quite a few that are still alive. In fact, so obviously, Silverclaw Cheng, the Greater Minister of the North, Energetic Tang, the one you did kills, Supervisor is there. Useful Tan, your buddy from the West, the only one that seems to have been loyal to you from the beginning, is there. Eminent Dong Fang, the Greater Minister of the Center, most powerful of the ministers, is there. He was Discerning Mu's supervisor, Discerning Mu being decapitated. River Lifting Seekong, the Minister of the East, is there, and his deputy, Sirius Han, who you sort of blackmailed into providing you with his vote. Loquacious Chen and his deputy, Tranquil Chen, not related, the one woman among the ministers. So they are all arrayed along the sides of the chamber, and before you is the Emperor. And he says, Ghost Wardens, Imperial Wardens, the time has come for a decision upon who shall be my servants in this conflict against the inevitable army of the traitor General Resolute Hong. I shall ask you questions. I will ask each of you, the Ghost Wardens and Imperial Wardens, to have a representative who will speak on your behalf, who will answer these questions for me, and I will decide with the council of my ministers which of you will be retained as servants of the Emperor and which of you will be discarded. Now, you've got a leg up here because you do have Useful Tan on your side, and you also have Sirius Han on your side. So, who is going to speak for you?
Ooh. I feel like I have such confidence.
You definitely want to choose your most eloquent member here.
Oh.
However,
And yet I still feel like it might be me.
However, all of you can support, if you come up with an appropriate skill to use, the persuasion used by your most eloquent member.
I have an idea for persuasion. I think if I can sort of coin it as, look, we made a few mistakes with some of you guys, but we want to make things right. We have a common enemy here, and like we all have evidence now. Let's rally. I think we should do this. Something to that effect.
Well, I'm willing to give it a shot, guys. If you can be ready to support me in this.
I'll do a support persuasion. Yeah, but what are you doing there?
You got to hear the questions first.
Oh,
We don't get to hear the questions first. Like, do we pick one person now, or that's
right
not
the first time?
What's the process?
You have to. You pick one person now, and then you will hear the questions as they come up. All right. So there's your two guys who have your support. And we will begin with the first question. My first question begins with you, Ghost Wardens. Your power comes from a pact with the underworld kings. Do you answer to them, or do you answer to me? Okay, so here's how this is going to work. The other three of you get to decide what skill, if any, you can use to support whatever argument that Cheerful makes. You make your support rolls, and then Cheerful makes his argument and makes his persuasion roll. And on the other side, Dauntless Die will attempt to sway the Emperor in the other direction using his persuasion.
Okay.
Man, if enthusiasm were
All right.
Okay. First off, the other three of you, how would you what would you like to do to support? What would you like to do to support Cheerful's argument? This could be performance. This could be persuasion. You could try intimidation, although that's certainly a risky tactic. You might also use knowledge type skills like academics or common knowledge or things like that to provide additional arguments. For example, academics, you might be able to come up with some religious arguments to support whatever answer Cheerful is going to come up with. So I'll start with Knives. Knives, any ideas on support?
wow. I'm sort of at a loss here. I'm fairly specialized.
Yeah, you are good at hitting things.
Yeah, no, I'm good at the hitting things part. I'm not so good at the notice.
All right, Ebullient, how about you?
Part.
I mean, you could. Well, I mean, it doesn't help with you because you're clueless. But you could notice, for example, you might use notice to kind of read the room and see where what the ministers are thinking.
That is about the only thing I could do, I think. Nod sagely.
All right, so go ahead and give me a notice roll. See if you can read the room, despite your cluelessness. No, you can't.
I'm shocked.
Okay.
You do what you can, right?
Yep. Ebullient. Anything you can think of anything you can think of to support Cheerful here?
Battle is a strategy thing, right?
Battle is a strategy thing. Okay.
I'm wondering if I could
a strategy thing.
If I could use battle to provide evidence and arguments that our support of the ghosts primarily actually strengthens our support for the Emperor.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could certainly spin the tale of how you protected the Empire from the ghosts of Dead Lake, for example. So go ahead and give me a battle roll. Very nice. That will give a +1 on the persuasion roll. And Bolt Fist. Anything you want to do to support the answer to this question of the pact with the Underworld Kings?
I would use the persuasion and sort of talk about, how it's a collaborative thing, and that by supporting the underworld and the present world, like, we maintain balance. So it's like an alliance behooves us.
Okay, persuasion roll, please.
Yep. Let's see. Wow.
Ooh, surprisingly good.
Woohoo!
All right.
Oh, wow. Max and men. That's interesting.
Yep. All right. So that's good for another +1. So go ahead and make your argument cheerful, and you can make your persuasion roll a +2.
Right. Okay. So, Your Imperial Majesty, you ask if we support you, or if, because our power comes from the Underworld King, if we support the Underworld King. I would say, does a soldier whose power comes from the way he uses his sword, does he owe loyalty to his sword, or does he owe loyalty to the emperor whom he serves? Does the farmer owe loyalty to his plow? No. We
Ooh,
use
does
the
the farmer-
power of the Underworld King to accomplish that, those deeds which serve your Imperial Majesty, and which serve the good of the Empire, and through you, who is its shining jewel and its beating heart. All of that we do in managing the ghosts of the underworld through the power that we use that comes from the Underworld King is in support of the good functioning and good benefit of this society, which you lead and which you establish. So you ask, do I support you, or do we support you or the Underworld King? We support you, my emperor. We support you using the power of the Underworld King.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to give you a +1 for that excellent argument. So it's a total of +3 on your persuasion roll.
All right. +3. All right. Come on, baby.
Oh,
Ooh.
like,
Hi. Hello.
Ooh.
All right. That is a very respectable persuasion roll. I would ask if you're happy with it, but I'm pretty sure the answer is yes.
I'm pretty happy with that one.
Okay, so Dauntless kind of glares at you and then says, Your Majesty, the answer for we Imperial Wardens is simple. Our power comes from your authority, and even hell must obey your words. There is no conflict of interest for us.
Wow. Yikes. Jinkies. That's a heck of a roll, everybody.
Yeah, it sure is. So
Oof.
that does not gain you any additional support here.
It is unexpected. Okay. Well,
Yeah, he got lucky on that one. Very well, Ghost Wardens. I have a second question for you. Many say you were complicit in the creation of the inevitable army in the first place, and that you had something to do with the disappearance of my beloved sister, Golden Pin. What do you know of her fate, and how do you answer to your crimes? And Imperial Wardens, what have you to say about your own patron, Energetic Tang's treachery? All right. So once again, Knives. Any ideas for support this time around?
You know what? I was so impressed that I am going to nod in support and try to persuade.
wow.
That was a great argument. Well done.
So a good roll for you, but still nothing. Ebullient.
I know. Do what you can.
You know
Right?
what? I'm going to.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Do I want to cause an international incident?
Maybe.
Hey, the discarded sounds pretty bad.
I'm just wondering how much fun it would be if I insulted the other guy's mother. I haven't taunted anybody in a while.
Go for it.
Gotta be you.
Well, you can certainly insult him on the basis of the completely legitimate basis of him working for a traitor.
Fair enough. Let's do that.
Not very effectively,
No,
though, unless
yeah.
you want to betting it.
Yeah. Sure, why not?
Well, that's going to be more effective. That is worth a +1. And Bolt Fist. Now, Bolt Fist, you have a special edge here
Yes.
because the Emperor's sister, Golden Pinjing, is in your rooms at the doghouse as we speak.
That's true. That's true. And I mentioned that like we have a good working relationship, and I would like to keep that and expand upon that and like have good relations with the Emperor, as shown by my gesture of good faith.
All right, give me a persuasion roll to convince him that you are being straight about knowing exactly where his sister is. You saw her this very morning.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a +2 on this because not that you need it. All right, that's going to be worth a +2 on the persuasion roll. And the Emperor is shocked. Golden Pinjing is here in the capital? She has always been a willful girl. I wish she had informed me, but it is a great relief to hear this from you, Ghost Wardens. I am grateful for this news. I'm going to give you an additional +2 on your persuasion roll. So that's going to be a total of +5 for Cheerful on his persuasion roll. So, Cheerful, obviously you dealt with the Golden Pinjing issue. How are you going to address the issue of being complicit with the creation of the inevitable army?
Okay. So, Your Imperial Majesty, you ask how we answer for our crimes, and I will tell you simply, we do not answer for any crimes as we have committed none. The actions of rebellion and creation of this army are entirely those of the misguided souls who would rise up against you. We had no part in any kind of calumny or rebellion against you. At any point in time, everything that we do is guided by our conscience, making the best decisions that we can make at all points in service of your majesty. That these actions then, resulted in people taking liberties and turning situations to their own advantage in opposition to your majesty is heartbreaking to us, not at all what we had ever intended to achieve. All of these things are entirely the things that we have been working vigorously to oppose and to restore order under your majesty's benevolent rule.
All right, give me a persuasion roll +6.
Plus, come on, baby.
Are you happy with the 13?
I'm going to re-roll that.
Unless you critically fail, it can't get worse.
Yeah.
So it's still a 13.
All right, 13.
Dauntless Die. So the Emperor turns to Dauntless Die. Imperial Wardens, what have you to say about your patron's treachery? Dauntless Die says, Your Imperial Majesty, we had no knowledge of the Interdict Tang's plans. We are merely a tool in the hands of the Emperor.
So he says. So he says.
Lies.
All right. So that, on the other hand, the Emperor, with the whole Golden Pigeon thing, you definitely got a leg up with that one. Finally, Imperial Wardens, assuming you had my favor, my armies, and my resources, what would you do with them to stop the march of the inevitable army? Prove to me that you are the right people to save the Empire. Your Majesty, this is simple. The inevitable army is only rebellious because the Ghost Wardens have no power. With me and my team at the head of the army, they cannot help but succeed. So something to note for you guys, you have actually fought the inevitable army, unlike this guy. You fought them at the Siege of Ghost Mountain. You defeated Thunder Lao at Stone Drum. You even sent the Imperial Dragon back to hell at the very beginning of the adventure. So these are things you might be able to leverage. And this time, in particular, Knives, I would allow you to use fighting to describe the battle that you had with Thunder Lao and how you defeated the powerful undead at Stone Drum.
Yeah, I do that.
I beat that guy really hard.
I am totally going to Betty that.
Because that's kind of sad. All right, that's going to be a +2 for the persuasion roll.
All right.
Ebullient, how would you like to support this effort?
Oh, this is totally where I use the battle roll and say, here's a strategy that will work. We've had experience with this. We know what we're up against. This is how we would do this.
Yep.
This is how we do it.
Battle roll, please. Very nice. That's an additional +1, unless you want to Benny it and try for better.
What do you think of this breaking down into aggressive negotiation?
Pretty good.
Then I'm good with this.
Okay, so that's +3 so far. And Bolt Fist.
Oh, this is a tricky one. I'm going to do persuasion and just be like, yeah, these things are a nasty enemy. We know how to fight them. We've had several close calls, etc.
Okay. That's good for another +1. So, Cheerful. Describe how you would defeat them. And that's going to start at a +4.
Your Imperial Majesty, I am amazed at when I look across the room at the Imperial Warden. His answer to your question is, how would we defeat them? Well, we would just defeat them. We would go out there and we would defeat them. What empty, hollow words. What a bit of puffery. What hot air. I am insulted that he would even waste your time with such a stupid answer. As you can see, we not only have fought the army of our enemies, we have won again and again and again. We have met them, we've defeated them. Foes, massively powerful foes. The Imperial Dragon, as you have heard, we have fought against them. We have won. We have won through our courage, through our skill at arms, through our stealth and our cunning, through our knowledge of tactics, through our greater skill as fighters, through our knowledge of occult rules. This poseur would have himself and his inexperienced academics at the head of your army? No quicker way to destroy your Imperial Majesty's throne can it possibly be imagined than to put these fools in front of at the head of your army. Your Imperial Majesty, let the proof of the pudding be in the eating. We have fought and bled to defeat the enemies that now threaten you and this kingdom. Let us lead your forces to victory.
All right. I'm going to give you an extra +1 for that one. It's a very rousing speech.
Very, very rousing.
So persuasion at +5.
+5.
That you happy with a 10? That would give you 2 more tokens. So a total of 5. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. So the Emperor. Thank you, Ghost Wardens and Imperial Wardens. And he exchanges a long glance with each of the ministers, and there's sort of subtle nods or shakes of the head or eye rolls or various things. And the Emperor looks upon you and says, Ghost Wardens, this is my decree. I grant you access to the Imperial Scrolls to research your foes. And I grant you the rank of generals. The gold banners are now up under your command.
We live to serve your Imperial Majesty.
Imperial Wardens. Your services are no longer required. Report to the glorious barracks to be detained until your execution can be scheduled. The Imperial Wardens are shocked. A couple of them in the back start to shuffle towards the door. But then Dauntless Dai draws his sword, kills the Imperial Guard who came towards him, and says, Imperial Wardens, we must save the Emperor despite himself. Kill the Ghost Wardens to prove our mettle. And that will put us into combat.
Oh no, they did.
Sore loser. You know, dude, let it go.
All right. They are obviously going to be desperate, as it's if they don't win here, they're dead.
Well, they're going to be dead anyway.
Very likely, but let's see what happens. So we begin
Okay.
the Bronze Man. And the Bronze Man kind of looks like he's made out of bronze. Like he's completely covered in the metal. He is unarmed. And he runs over here. And he is going to okay. So he runs over and he is going to multi-action and attack Knives and then Ebullient with a vicious combination of back fist strikes and kicks. So we'll start with Knives first.
Well, if he's coming up at me, then I've got counter strike.
You absolutely have the opportunity to hit him as he comes in. Yes. So go ahead and target him and do a non-frenzy attack, please.
And a non-frenzied attack.
Yeah, you got to turn frenzy
blade.
off.
Yep.
So you whip your sword out as he approaches.
How do I turn it off?
Click on the gray box. And then where it says edges, frenzy, just turn it off, and then you can hit roll.
Okay.
All right. Good enough for a hit. Go ahead and give me a regular damage roll with your new improved damage. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Wow. Okay. So he comes up and he starts to spin into a kick, and you just nail him across the body. Which he's going to try to roll with that. And he's pretty tough.
Yeah.
So he actually twists at the last second, and your blade scrapes across his body, and he actually has metallic skin.
Got it.
So he is then going to he's going to target you and attempt to strike you, which he does succeed in doing, but for only enough damage to shake you. Then he targets Ebullient and completes his combination with a back fist to your head, which is going to hit with a raise, but for less damage than it could have been. Also just enough to shake you. Cheerful. So just so you can, what you're looking at here, Dauntless here is obviously a swordsman. Also, Dauntless is gigantic and wielding a huge axe and heavily armored. The guy in the hat, who I know as who was introduced to you as Demon Smasher Ming. Not really clear what his deal is. He's only carrying a pair of daggers. And Cunning Huren, the dog devil who calls herself a fox devil, is completely unarmed, so might be an unarmed fighter or could be a sorcerer of some kind. What would you like to do?
Can I close up on the bronze man and attack him?
You absolutely can.
All right. And would I get a gang up bonus for doing that?
No, because they're both shaken.
Oh, all right. Too bad. Well, I will do that anyway.
Okay. And as soon as you come into range of him, he punches you because he has first strike.
Should have expected that. Okay. Thanks.
And that will hit with a raise.
Oh.
And it's enough to shake you, so you have to spend a Benny to attack to remove shaken.
All right. I will do that.
All right. So 1 Benny down. And now you're in a position to attack him.
All right. And now I'm just going to use the dragon slaying sword. And a second, let me target him.
1 hit.
All right.
What do you got?
Which does nothing.
So I also have frenzy. Would that allow me to hit him twice?
It would if you rolled well enough. You got a 7 and a 5, and only the 7 was good enough to hit.
Okay,
Bolt Fist.
Well, I think I want to move a space over, and I'd like to target this guy and start moving my fists and shoot a bolt at him and see what I can do.
Yeah, I will just note that it's an interesting tactical decision to ignore the 4 other people.
Oh, I'm aware of them, but I'm also trying to gank this guy before he can wreck everyone else.
Okay.
Actually, I'm also considering, instead of doing that, I could put a barrier and a line across 3 or 4 of them. That's probably the safer thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
If nothing else, it's going to slow him down. Yeah. Let me see. I think that's 5 long, but I'm going to look and see if you can spend more power points to make it longer.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A barrier, 5 inches. Yeah.
Let's do it on the lower 2.
Okay. And then also, so kind of from here to here, because this is where the bars came down.
I was going to make it even more unpleasant and make it the orange square right next to them.
So here to here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to make it damaging while you're at it?
Yeah, I want to make it really nasty. So okay, we're here. You want to move to us, it's going to hurt.
All right. Go ahead and give me your spellcasting roll.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
And
so that's going to do the trick.
And what's the damage on that?
It's going to be 2d4 damage to anyone who contacts it. So, it doesn't occur until their turn.
Oh, I gotcha.
All right.
Pretty.
All right. Next up is Demon Smasher. What is he going to do? So Demon Smasher pulls out a glass vial and tosses it to also Dauntless, saying, Use this on the Ghost Wardens.
Whoa.
Good enough. So, also Dauntless chugs it. And that is going to... Oops. Not do you guys any good at all. Okay, and then he is actually going to move over. He's going to move then over towards also Dauntless. He's actually going to get behind the wall a little bit. Okay, also Dauntless. Now give me your 2d4 roll. Because also Dauntless is right up on the wall.
Let's see. All right. So did I just miss?
No, just roll 2d4.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was me. Okay, sorry. Oh, shit, not. Gotcha. Oh,
And throw a 4 on top of that, please.
Yeah, delicious. Delicious. All right.
So with 8, you do absolutely nothing to also Dauntless.
Okay.
He is going to run
Right through it.
but he's still not able to get quite into melee. Ebullient, you need to unshake. Give me a spirit roll.
1 spirit roll coming up.
That will do. You're no longer shaken. You can take an action.
None of my fire stuff pushes people, does it?
I don't believe so, no. But there's nothing, there are no rules in Savage Worlds about casting a spell while you were in melee. There's a rule about ranged attacks while you're in melee.
Oh, no, I just wanted to know if I could blow this bronze guy backwards a little bit.
Sadly, no. Unless you try to push him, but he seems very strong.
Does he seem human? Or mortal?
The metal skin is a little confusing, but you're guessing he's probably mortal.
I'm wondering if this is a skill or a tribute. I wonder if I throw a dispel at him, if he would shed his armor.
Make it a cult roll. You don't think so. You think it's an artifact.
Something he's wearing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So where are you going to toss that burst?
Okay, I forget. Is burst burst is a cone, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So you could cone all 3 of them in a row there. I was going to say,
is a cone versus stream?
Stream is a straight line, so you're in this case the effect would be the same.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if stream was more focused.
You also could opt to make it armor piercing and or increase damage if you want to spend some more power points on it.
Okay, does that burst start with me, or do I put that here for him?
Starts with you.
Yeah. So. Okay.
Nice effect.
How do I add? What do I have to select to Do I just need to add more power points?
No, see where it says no action selected?
Aha!
Click on that, and you'll see a modifier for modifiers for armor piercing. You'll also see modifiers for the modifier for extra damage. And you can also potentially make it lingering damage where they stay on fire, although these guys are tough enough that that's probably not going to help you that much. Might not be worth the power points.
Well,
but you can absolutely do the...
let's throw a mid amount of armor piercing.
And the extra damage.
Yeah.
There's actually a push modifier. I didn't realize that. That's a special one for burst.
Oh, neat.
That's exactly what I want. Where is it?
It's under power modifiers burst, right next to increased damage.
Okay. I'm looking at something different then. What am I looking at? Power modifiers. I have generic armor piercing, range, havoc.
Okay. I think you clicked on Bob's by mistake.
Oh no, I clicked on it as a dialogue, which I didn't mean to do.
I will get rid of that.
Thank you. Didn't mean to do that.
Okay, let's try that again. Push, damage, and armor piercing. If I fail this, I'm bennying the hell out of it because that's a lot of power points. Set. Fire in the hole.
Yeah, that would be a Benny, all right. That, on the other hand, is going to be with a raise.
Kaboom.
Okay.
So first off, give me raise damage.
You hit me. I didn't like it.
That is a lot of damage. All right, so 17 AP4. Let's do some math. All right, so for the bronze man, that's going to do 2 wounds, which he's going to try to soak. And he manages to soak only one of them. So he is shaken and he is wounded. For also Dauntless, that is also 2 wounds, which he is also going to try to soak. And succeed. And for Cunning Hu Ren, who is completely unarmored, that's 3 wounds, which she is going to try to soak. And only soak one of them. So she's going to try that again because she really doesn't want to be that dead. And get exactly the same roll. So she's going to take 2 wounds and be shaken. And then I would like you to roll 2d6, please.
Oh, no, I did that. Huh? Let me try that again. There we go.
Oh, ouch. Okay, that's not going to be pretty for these guys if they can't make a strength check to avoid being hurled backwards at -2. All right, so the bronze man goes flying across the room.
Cool. Like a discus.
Also, Dauntless does not. He just rolls with it. And Cunning Hu Ren also goes flying across the room, I'm 90% sure. Oh, she might actually pull this off.
All
right, so give me 2d4 for the bronze man slamming into the metal wall of the enclosure. Oh, and another D4 on top of that.
Nope, that didn't do what I wanted to do. Hold on.
All right, so there's a loud clang as he hits the wall, but otherwise he is unharmed. Would you like to
Worth a
move?
try. Yeah, I kind of feel like we're all bunched up here. That's never a good thing. Okay, I forget. Let's just go back. Not a big room. I still have range back here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, Cunning Huren desperately needs to unshake, which she does pull off despite her wounds. And she gestures, and a mist rises up about her, around her. And does absolutely nothing. Dauntless. Okay, give me Full Fist. Give me another 2d4 for the damage on Dauntless here.
Got it. All right.
Whoa! Give me another 2d4.
Lightning striking twice, perhaps.
All right. So with a 12, that is going to shake and wound him. So he's going to soak that. He does do.
Because it's musical.
And he's going to run to try to get into melee as well.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Which he is not able to do. He only gets that far. You will face the shattering blade, he yells. All right, so now arrows start flying through the windows.
Oh, crap.
The gold banners are shooting at the Imperial Wardens.
Well, yay for us not being the targets.
Well, I mean, they work for you, so they're also outside the bars, as are the Emperor and the ministers. All right, so that actually, they hit the bronze man. Whether or not they can do any damage to him is an open question. Might just be a nuisance. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, it just ricochets off his skin. Some more target Cunning Huren. And hits. Oh, ow. Okay, ow. Oh, much ow.
Oh.
Wow. Yikes.
So that Cunning Huren goes down with an arrow through her heart.
Oof.
Bolt Fist,
Barbecue fox shish kebab.
Bolt Fist, I thought you were very handsome.
So wrong.
Wow.
Oh, that's going to be a hit with a raise on Demon Smasher.
She had a thing for my busted gut, apparently.
And with a 12, that is going to shake and wound him. So he's going to see about soaking that, which he does. And then they target Dauntless. And miss. And the target also Dauntless, who's a very large target, which might explain why they hit him so well, and hit him with a raise. that might actually hurt him. With a 14, he is shaken. And Knives, you need to make a spirit roll to unshake. You are no longer shaken and may act it as you choose.
So you said that the emperor and the ministers are behind bars. Does that mean they're safe?
Probably. They also each have bodyguards.
Okay.
It seems like the Imperial Wardens are very much focused on you guys.
I'm going to move here.
Okay, that will.
And
I get if you kind of run around cheerful, you can avoid also Don. Well, I guess also Don's shaken, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can go there, no problem.
I'm going to move here and say
that's going to put you next to the
protect
damage.
The emperor.
That's going to put you next to the damage barrier, so you will take damage for doing that. Sure, you don't want to be here instead.
This green. So why don't I do that?
Yeah. Okay. Protect the emperor, and then you're going to wail on Dauntless.
Protect the emperor. As I,
All right. Well, that's going to hit Dauntless Die with a raise once and just hit him another time. All right. So your raise damage is enough to shake him.
And then.
Whoops. You still have the. Sorry. I'm going to ask you to re-roll that because you still had the bronze man targeted.
Oh, oops.
Yeah. So please target Dauntless. That's why the sword was flying across the room.
Okay. Let's try that again. All
right, that same result, one hit with a raise, one hit. So go ahead and give me the raise damage.
I swear I only clicked it once.
Before you
Why
bother,
am I still targeting the bronze man? Now
I've
got both of them.
Dauntless spends an emotion token. He screams in rage and forces you to re-roll that attack. So you can just hit the re-roll button up top.
Okay.
That did not work out well for him. So go ahead and give me raise damage and regular damage again.
Oof.
Oh dear. All right, so that's going to be 3 wounds on Dauntless there. Oh, I see why it's rolling twice, because you still have the bronze man targeted also.
Do I need to click him and do the Control Shift T again?
Oh
on
no!
Him to
Dauntless
stop
critically fails his soak roll.
Wow!
Nice.
All right, so that's going to throw 3 wounds on him. And being as he is an anger master, he's going to soak one of those by spending another emotion token. All right, now give me your regular damage.
Okay. Not too bad.
And he's going to spend his last emotion token to partially soak that one so he doesn't die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's not incapacitated, but he is at 3 wounds and shaken. He's pretty messed up. He's having a bad day. All right, new round. And that is where we're going to leave this for tonight, with a whole big pile of bennies that Ebullient just lobbed for you thanks to his red joker.
Nice.
Everybody look under your chairs. Benny's for you. Benny's for you.
You get a Benny. You get a Benny.
Oh boy.
All right.
All right. Thank you,
continue
everybody.
This next time.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, folks.
Take care, everyone.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook and Blue Sky as Happy Monster Press, on our website at happymonsterpress.com, on Twitter as HappyMonsterPRS, or follow this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or iTunes. Like what you hear? Support us on Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/happymonsterpress. The Happy MonsterCast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This podcast references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial content permitted under the Media Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music: Ice Cold by Jason Shaw, and Asian Drums by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license.
Oh, for sure.